Hello, friends. I hope you all must be fit and fine. So, today we are going to do the next part of interdependence in living beings, plants, and animals. So, till we have done till here, like what are scavengers and what are decomposers, and many other things like herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores, and consumers and producers, and what is actually interdependence among plants and animals. Now, what we are asked to do was we have to study that what actually, what food chain is and food web and all of the things that were rest and we haven't done it. So, now let's start over here. You know what actually food chain is? All living organisms need energy to live and grow. They get this energy from food they eat. A sequence of events in which an organism eats other to obtain energy is called food chain. Here it's given. A sequence of events in which an organism eats other to obtain energy is known as food chain. What especially known? It's known as food chain, which is very important in our daily functioning of ecosystem, isn't it? Well, a food chain shows the order of how living things are dependent on each other for food and energy. A food chain always starts with a plant, known as namely producer, and ends with an animal, a consumer. Figure 7.2 shows it, so let's see what figure 7.2 says. Here is a figure 7.2. First here you can see there is a sun source going to a green plant, and the green plant is just taking and absorbing the sun source. Now an herbivore, namely a deer, is consuming the plant or the green plant, namely producer. Over here we have seen, and the herbivore, hence the primary consumer is consumed by the secondary consumer, namely carnivore or tiger. So that's what basically the food chain is, a sequence of everything that we have learned till yet. Well, you know what sequence is? This whole thing over here you see is a food chain. Basically a simple food chain which we just observe in our daily lives, but don't actually, do you think that us humans are also a part of a food chain? We do, right? Humans are a part of food chain because suppose we are eating a green plant. Aren't we a part of food chain? Because we are eating the green plant, so we are in the place of herbivore. Of course, we are not getting eaten by a carnivore, but suppose if someone who is or your friend who is not purely not like herbivore, right? It doesn't eat only plant, it eats meat as well. So he would be a type of carnivore. So he or she would eat meat, right? So that's what basically you are being involved here. Any plant like a chicken will eat something like green plants or some seeds, and then human in the secondary type of consumer will consume it. That's what basically secondary consumer and primary consumer is. Now let's move on. In the given food chain, a grass is eaten by a deer. The deer is then eaten by a tiger. In the here, you can see grass is eaten by deer and deer is eaten by hence tiger. Now, the hence grass is a producer and the deer is a primary consumer and the tiger is the secondary consumer over here. As we can see, plant is a producer, deer is a primary consumer, and tiger is a secondary consumer, as I have just explained it to you. Now, food chains maintain a balance in nature. A disturbance in any part of food chain disturbs the entire balance in nature. Food chain maintains balance in nature. Suppose this is a balance and there are two sides on balance, right? We all have seen this is one side and this is another. Here are some plates. Suppose one side the population of deer is much more than the population of rabbit, like this. Suppose there is a population of tigers, suppose, and this is the population of deer. Now, hence, this is the what ratio is. So, if the ratio will increase and the deer will get lesser and tiger will get more. Suppose in any part of food chain, humans or any animal will start hunting deers more and more and more, then the deers will become less and less and less. At this moment, when deer become very less, then tiger amount will be much more, and they have nothing to eat, and hence the food that tiger eat, their amount will get increased and tiger will slowly die. That's what basically an imbalance in nature or disturbance creating in any part of nature happens. The entire balance in nature disturbs. That's why food chain maintains a balance in our nature. For example, if there will be no deer left in the forest, all tigers will also die, right? Suppose there are no deers. What we will do? All the tigers will die because they have no food. And also, if there be no tiger in the forest, the number of deer will increase and they will also die slowly due to scarcity of food. Hence, presence of all animals and plants is important for maintaining a proper balance in nature. That's why the importance of food chain is very much than just a food chain like eating and living and eating and living. The importance of food chain is just in the nature. Well, if we all have seen when several just a info bit, when several food chains are interlinked, it leads to the formation of food web. You have ever heard about this thing known as food web? That's what basically it is, the interlinked chain of food. Food chains, when are interlinked, leads to food web. Now let's move. Causes of imbalance in nature. To fulfill their basic needs, humans have become careless towards nature and the environment. Some human activities like hunting, deforestation, etc., have caused an imbalance in nature. Other than human activities, some natural factors also cause the imbalance over here, right? Humans have been greedy after all some time. First, at the starting phase when the earth was formed, humans were not as greedy as today. So, in that time, everything that humans needed was present in the nature. They can get everything they need in the nature. All their everything was nature and nothing else, nothing more. But nowadays, humans have become greedy and want as much as more they could get. That's why to fulfill just basic needs, they have become careless towards nature, and some human activities are just violent. That some animals get harmed, and there is no just careless, and this causes the imbalance in nature. That's why human activities also cause some imbalance in nature due to carelessness and just not being sincere towards our mother nature. These are some main causes of imbalance in nature. Now, you have just a bit, you will get a bit sadness to know that animals are hunt for us advantage, like the things that we don't even get care of, we just get it and throw it. For their animals get hunt for their skin, nails, hooves, fur, and even teeth and their fat. Unknowingly, we use products made up of animal skin and just the animal meat itself. Like we use leather jackets, belts, wallets, and many more items in our daily lives. We should avoid using such products and their alternatives, such as fox fur jackets or elastic belts. This way, we could save our mother nature much betterly. Hunting. Human beings kill a large number of birds and animals by hunting. Animals such as tigers, panthers, deers, crocodile, and snakes are killed for their skins. Elephants are killed for their tusks, peacock and feathers for many birds and are killed for food. Continuous hunting of animals and many birds leads to their extinction. You have ever heard of the word extinction? Well, this word is for, in the sense, this word is this word itself tells it about us. Now, see, extinction means just vanish, to blow up. Now, extinction takes place when a kind of anything like plant and animal just vanish up from the environment and not are present anymore. Then any kind of species are not present, leads to extinction. Now, what are the causes of extinction and more? Tigers, panthers, and deers are in these times known as endangered animals. You know why they are known as endangered animals? Because the humans have become so greedy in their own benefits and beliefs that they never cared even about the animals. What will they do if their families will get killed? They also feel pain like human beings, but humans now don't care. That's the reason why the animals are getting vanished and extinct more much lesser than was the original number when the earth was formed. The earth was more beautiful when it was formed because there were lesser humans and lesser greed. Now, I hope we all must take a part in saving our great Mother Nature. Now let's move on to forest fires. Fire in forest is caused due to some natural factors such as lightning, dryness, and high temperature in the forest. It causes a large scale loss, the lives of plants and animals, and the destruction of their habitats. Well, fire in forest is caused due to very factors and it's very harmful. As you can see in this picture over here, this forest fire is just taking up all over the jungle. Isn't it just very rude and very not fair to see, like how much animals would there be and they're all just killed? Isn't it so much very rude to see that? Now, natural factors of forest fire are lightning, dryness, and high temperature in the environment. It causes large loss of the plants, animals, and destruction of their habitats. That's why we should avoid things like, just we should minimize the use of the AC in global warming and just make a lesser make a lesser carbon dioxide amount in our daily environment, cause it's does a very lot of destruction in our day to day lives. Now there is a quick check for all of us. All organisms need dash to live and grow. Well, all organisms need energy to live and grow. The sequence of events in which one organism eats another in nature to obtain energy is known as food chain. Now, elephants are killed for their tusks, as we have told. and peacocks for their feathers, and many birds are killed just for their feathers. Dash is caused due to natural factors such as lightning. Now you have to tell the answer of this dash into the comment section, and stay tuned in in this channel, and I will keep telling you such interesting factors like this. That's all for today. Bye. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.